What is going on, guys? This is Noodle House here. Welcome back to Chaos Child. Suddenly, we heard the sound of someone pounding on the door from the inside. Huh? Someone was inside? What the hell's going on? Be quiet. Don't make a fuss. But... we almost screamed, but when we saw Kinosato's glare, we quickly put our hands over our mouths. What the hell was that voice? Oh no. Serika tugged frantically at my arm. Then Ito grabbed onto me too. I wanted to cling to someone too. There was no one for me to grab, unfortunately. Look, I can see eyes behind the door. What? I looked over where Ito was pointing and tried to see for myself, but I couldn't see anything. You're imagining it, man. No, I'm sure what I saw. Those are definitely eyes. Now there was singing. I could hear a girl singing a tiny, barely audible voice. Creak, creak. A woman was pushing an old baby carriage down the hallway towards us. She was the one singing. Well, that's not creepy at all. Serika and Ito cringed in terror. My heart was beating so fast and so loud that I could hear the sound echoing in my ears. Don't move. Get up close to the wall and stay put. She can't see us. But... do it. Don't talk. Kunosato pushed her back against the wall and stopped breathing. We did the same, our bodies shaking with fear as we moved. You want to sing some more, right? Okay, yeah, can you not do this? Can you stay back there, please? Creak, creak. The sound of the creaking old carriage got closer and closer as the woman passed near us. Kunosato was right. Her eyes were hazy and out of focus, and she didn't seem to notice us. But she was only a meter away. Oh god, I fucking... this is actually really creepy. This is the first time I've actually been creeped out by this. La, la, la. Slowly, slowly. I can't believe I managed to actually pull off like a really weirdly sounding la la la. She sang as she pushed the carriage right past us. Ito was so terrified his body began to spasm. He gave a small cry. Okay, yeah, you can turn around now. You can turn around now, please. The woman stopped right in front of us and slowly turned around. Her empty eyes stared at us, and slowly, jerkily, like a broken machine, she tilted her head. I hate this type of shit. I hate this type of shit. We clung to the wall and held our breath, unable to move a muscle. We were too scared to even close our eyes. I couldn't take anymore. I wanted out. I wanted to get away from here. If I stayed here another minute, I was going to go crazy. The woman stared at us for what felt like hours. But then, she looked forward once more, as if nothing had happened, and started walking again. Yeah, can you fuck off now, please? Thank you. You're very creepy. I don't like it. We almost collapsed on the floor in relief. I couldn't take my eyes off her as she disappeared into the darkness. Do you understand what kind of place you're in now? Even as we've been crushed by terror, Kunosato had been completely calm. I don't care if you want to go home, it's too late now. That room is what we're here for. Kunosato moved away from the wall and stared straight in front of us. That room? I followed her gaze to a pair of double doors in the darkness. They were different than the others. They looked like the doors to a normal lab. Come on, don't fall behind. Kunosato headed towards the door, seemingly unafraid. Serika's legs were shaking too much for her to move, so Ito and I helped her as we followed. When we got to the door, Kunosato took out what looked like a keycard from her skirt pocket. This door had a modern electronic lock, unlike the others we'd seen so far. She put the keycard up to the reader and the door swung open silently. She disappeared into the room and we quickly followed. We all gasped as we entered the room. An entire wall of the room was lined with monitors. They were probably set up to observe something, but every one of them was off, so there was no way to tell what. But it was hard to believe that someone would set up something like this in a normal hospital.
Oi.
Hey.
Hey.
Yeah? Kunosato turned towards Ito and gave him an order in a flat, emotionless voice. You can at least stand guard, right? Listen for any sounds outside the door. Let me know if anyone comes.
Okay.
Roger. Kunosato nodded and looked around the room and then headed straight for a computer. She took a look at the wiring behind it and then flipped the power switch. The machine started to make a low noise. It works? You can tell by looking at it, right? But it's okay, to just boot up like that? Why? Because if it's connected to the net, they might know you turned it on. I don't know why I said that in her voice. Don't worry, I've confirmed that this is a standalone system. Oh, that explains it. If that was true, at least we wouldn't have to worry about someone seeing it from the outside. Did you think that any ideas you could come up with I wouldn't have come up with already? Don't insult me like that. She was as obnoxious as ever. Neither of us know the first thing about you, though, so can you really blame us with something that neither Ito nor I could say? The OS on the computer booted up. I looked at the screen and saw Kunosato was entering some kind of password. The password was accepted and the screen filled with several folders. She opened them up and began carefully checking the contents of each one. Unfortunately, many of the files were written in English and I had no idea what they said. Kunosato, however, was reading through each one and nodding. This whole folder's got a password on it, which means this is where... She seems to be trying to unlock the password at an incredible speed. Hey. What? You ever see her at school?
Yeah.
No, why? She was at school wearing her uniform, so she's probably a student, but I guess you've never seen her either, huh? Are you serious? Ito seemed more shocked than... Oh god, shut up Siri. I said serious, not you. Ito seemed more shocked than unexpected. You're kidding, right? You're telling me I missed a pretty girl like this? Not only was she attractive, she seemed incredibly smart, and she had an arrogant attitude that made her nothing like the other students. If she'd been coming to school, she would have stood out in both a good and bad way. But Ito didn't know her. Serika asked the question that both Ito and I had been too afraid to ask. I was sure she'd been told to shut up, but... What they're doing here at this facility? She answered Serika's question much more easily than I expected. Then maybe I could ask something too. Does this facility have something to do with the hospital? I told you to shut up. I like it, I like her. It's good, damn it. Why was I getting treated so differently? Was it because Serika was a girl? I hope so. Was she one of, you know, those types? Fucking just like, why is this guy such a fucking dick? Don't tell me she normally dressed and acted like a boy. That would explain why Ito didn't know her. Kunosato ignored me and typed in a series of commands and opened what looked like a top secret file. And then? That's it. She smiled for the first time that I'd ever seen and clicked on a file. And then something appeared on the screen. Was it some kind of drawing? It was a strange picture drawn in ink and paint. What is this, a scribble? No, it's one of those fucking image things to see what people see. No, that's... I've seen it somewhere before. It's like, you can... So, for example, like this one, you can see two people holding hands, or you can see a face, like, almost like screaming. So there's different things that you can see here. That was... That's right, a Rorschach test. Rorschach, that's what they're fucking called. Jesus Christ, they did me. I remember reading about them in the issue of Cool Cat Press. You may look stupid, but I guess you do have a bare minimum of knowledge. I wasn't sure that was a compliment or an insult. A Rorschach test? It's some kind of personality test, right? That's right. You look at the meaningless drawings made from ink stains, and what you see reveals things about your personality and how you think. More precisely, you use an ink splash on a folded paper to create a symmetrical picture. Just like Kunosato said, all the pictures in the screen were almost perfectly symmetrical. But there's doubts as to whether the Rorschach test actually functions as a psychoanalytical tool. Kunosato was studying the screen intently. Which means this is a psych ward. Like the one upstairs? If that was the case, I can imagine what these monitors were there for. They were to look at each one of the patient's rooms. That would mean that this is a medical facility that treated illnesses. At least, that's what I wanted it to mean. Because otherwise they were testing. That doesn't sound good. That thing that Serika and I had seen as a child. The strange atmosphere that we'd sensed. And that voice, which I could still hear in my ears. Save me. We abandoned her and ran away from this place. So if that wasn't some kind of torture chamber, and this place was actually curing her, Serika and I would be free of guilt that had been with us for so long. But my hopes? No, this place isn't anything like that. We're quickly dashed by Kunosato's answer. She opened another folder. It was filled with reports written in Japanese this time. Clinical trials involving intermittent pulses to the senses, electrical pulses signals to the lobes and their effect on the phenomenon. Just as I thought. They're doing clinical trials from a brain science perspective. A brain science perspective? Clinical trials? Shut up, no talking. But I think there might be a girl I know here. What? I lied. I didn't know who she was. But if I didn't lie, I didn't feel like she was going to tell me anything. Just as I expected, when she turned around, I saw the first faint glimmer of interest in me on Kunosato's face. I gave her a brief description of what I'd witnessed here so long ago. Kunosato bit her lip. Her expression was different than before. But then she forced herself to look back at the computer. Yeah, that was definitely a human experiment. A human experiment? No, then that meant... Save me. Then that meant she was... That horrible vision started to eat away at me again. In the simplest terms, they were experimenting by screwing around with the human brain. Screwing around with the human brain? But you can't... I told you. This place isn't anything like what you thought it was. Kunosato was trying to keep her face as expressionless as possible. And then the second she opened up another file, she gasped a little. I could see the words on the screen as well. Wait a second, what is this? She was completely focused on reading the report. She didn't notice that I was looking over her shoulder as well. Clinical trials on supersensory perception, a practical approach to generation of special event fluctuations. What were event fluctuations? Kunosato clicked the mouse to move to the next page. I read along with her. Pathogenesis via visual stimulation, accuracy rating 9.25%. Manifestation via induced dopamine emission in the centric limbic system. Damage and resolve of the hypothalamic area. No pathogenesis seen. Thought tracing, remote viewing, influence on the events via amplified delusions. Oh, that sounds like him. Over half the report was filled with specialised language that I didn't really understand. But by desperately connecting the words I did know, I managed to make sense out of the report. And? There's no way. I was stunned. Was that really possible? The girl who cried for us to help was being experimented on here. And the point of those experiments was... to alter the human brain to give it supernatural powers. That explained why Shinjo and Kunosato were talking about psychics. And that was the commonality that I'd suspected was lurking behind the murders. Hey. Kunosato caught me looking and threatened me in a low voice. But I didn't have time to worry about that. Is this true? It's like science fiction. She looked unhappy but gave in. The experiments seem to have been going on for quite a while. Actually, it's safe to assume the entire point of this hospital was to camouflage those experiments. This whole hospital? Yeah. But is it still... Huh? Are those experiments still going on? If that was true, was she still here? No. They were cancelled after a certain event. Something? They were cancelled exactly 6 years ago, on November 6th, 2009. Is that... the Shibuya earthquake? The earthquake caused so much damage for them to continue their research? No, that's not right. This hospital was well away from the epicenter. There was no damage at all. Then why? That's what I'm trying to find out. Kunosato stopped short and clicked her tongue. She must have decided she told us too much. Just stay quiet. She pushed me away from the screen lightly. It looked like she didn't want me to read anymore. Huh? What's this? Kunosato's hand froze on the mouse. She was staring intently at the screen. Then she started to talk to herself. And I'm going to end the episode here. If you like this video, don't forget to leave a like in the section below. And if you want to see more of this, and do subscribe to the channel as I upload every single day. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.